Welcome back to Sports Federation TV, the show where we continue our conversations about all kinds of sports, brought to you by the Western Cape Provincial Sport Confederation. My name's Alton Davids. One of the codes of sport practiced in the Western Cape is bodybuilding, natural bodybuilding. Andre, are you well?
Yes, Alton, I'm very well, and I'm great to be here on your show because it was a tough time for us, but we managed to pull it through because why in a person's negative experience, positivity can also always come through. That is why there's a negative in a plus.
Definitely.
You see.
Llewellyn, are you well?
Yes, thank you, Alton. I'm very well. Excited to be here.
Good. Let's start with you, Llewellyn. Natural bodybuilding as an athlete is something that most people don't associate with bodybuilding, natural and bodybuilding. Explain the concept to me, please.
Yeah, natural bodybuilding doesn't include any enhancement, illegal substance. You get those who use illegal substance, that you wouldn't call natural. Natural is normal supplementation that you get in shops, correct nutrition eating that you cook at home. So it's basically your correct meals and taking correct supplements as well. Well, stay away from illegal substance.
For many of you, hearing this may think that there's a list, and you're 100% correct. There is a list. It's called the WADA list, World Anti-Doping Association list, that gets published on the 1st of January of every year. Every athlete that subscribes to playing fair sport and international sport needs to understand that list, understand what's on that list, so you know which substances you're not allowed to take. Because if you participate in competition and you get tested and you're found to have consumed any of those, you automatically get a ban by SAIDS, which is South African Institute for Drug-Free Sport. Andre, you guys obviously subscribe to this. What is your role in all of this?
My role, I was selected by Senba of Exco to represent the guys and to help the guys on the flight, where my role is to motivate the guys through the difficult times and assist them in whatever they need on the trip to see that they come out the best on the other side, and to motivate them was actually one of my difficult aspects of the sports, because it was my first time ever to manage such a team. We were a small team, and I believe through difficulties that in sports and being disciplined and brings out the best character in a person in natural life. Because why? If a person gets tested, his character has been built. So what I saw in those guys, they were a small team, but normally people goes with big teams, and at the end of the day, they end up nowhere. Whereas we go with a small team, and everybody was in a unit together. Each one knew what he's supposed to do and what he wasn't supposed to do, the requirements. Yes, it was difficult, because why? I didn't train with them. They train on their own. I was in other hotels, in the other hotel. The guys was focusing and they were helping one another, and that for me was a plus. And that is what we want, unity in sport. And that is why they call it sports, because why sports, I believe, brings unity. Because why we don't know one another, and we need to deal with one another, because by dieting, as you can ask them, is most important. And dieting change sometimes in the sport change a person's mood, because why that is not you can ask them, they are not the most lovely people when they're on a diet. The diet makes them more, your body
anxious.
Responds to that and more aggressively. So they are not the nicest people. You must know, they will ask you questions, they will ask you where's this, where's that, and at the end of the day, you need to bear with your team. It is not about me. It was all about me. It was all about taking the opportunity that I was given and turn it into a positive. It was a negative opportunity given to me, but on the other hand, I know how to stuck it through, because I came a long way with those guys, and I have totally much respect for them and for what they are going through, because why? those guys spend a lot of time in the gym. They are dieting, they are doing all kinds of things, and they're giving their best and actually going out of their way to mentor other children
100%.
and being role models for the country, where other role models enjoy nice hotels, enjoy nice funding, enjoy everything that is.
And yours was self-funded.
And we had to self-fund ourselves, and we need to sneak out of the country and sneak back in. Nobody knows us. Nobody recognizes us, because why? We just normal human beings that nobody sees, but yet we are making a difference. And I am proud of these guys, because why? They showed me the respect and discipline, even though they didn't know me and I didn't know them. I told them, we are a team. Whether we lose, whether we win, we are a team.
Perfect. Andre, thank you so much for your time. Let's take a break and we'll bring on one of the athletes. David, how are you, David?
I'm fine. How are you, sir?
Good, good, good. What is that small little thing around your neck there?
Oh, this one is, you know, the most expensive medal you never see.
What is that medal for?
This was wise important to me on this day when you were in France, on 2nd. Remember that South Africa was winning the World Cup.
Yes.
So we are the celebrity for the all countries, because everyone want to take a picture with us. South Africa, yes. So when I was in podium and they gave me this medal, I think I compete for more than 14 years, but this is means a lot to me, because I'm never gonna forget this day how South Africa, they were like winning a World Cup, and then I come third in the world.
Sure.
It was very good memory, and I'm never gonna forget this, you know.
So explain to me how bodybuilding works in a competition, Llewellyn. So it's based in terms of weight category, in terms of look and feel. How does it work?
Yeah, normally the day before competition, if I refer back to Toulouse, competition on a Saturday, Friday is weigh-in, Friday evening. They weigh yourself and put you in a certain category. Whereas I fall under welterweight, it's under 75 kilograms, senior. Then from there, you're on stage, you have 12 judges. From there, they mark your symmetry, how well balanced you are, how full you are. There's 7 compulsory poses that you need to do as well. And the judges will judge you from there. So they mark you according to your masculinity and size. Yeah. Okay.
And then David, you come in the evening on the competition. I mean, you do the pre-judge, and then you have the show in the evening. Does the same thing happen in international like it happens here?
No, it's do the same here. We have what we call free judging.
Yeah.
So what is matter most?
Yeah.
Evening show is all about like entertaining.
Yes.
Have fun yourself, because you have your 2 minutes or 1 minute to choose your song, what you love, and then do what you feel is like, this is my moment, just to entertaining the fun who come to really support and enjoy exactly how, for me, bodybuilding is like a artist, you know, because every part of your muscles, when you flex it, brings this beautiful art in your hard working energy.
I mean, how many hours a day do you spend in the gym, David? To become third in the world? You must spend like 6 hours a day.
The funny thing is, for me, it's not about long hours in the gym. Number one, you have to be disciplined. Number one, you have to know what you have to put in your body. You may training for 3 hours, 4 hours, but after training, if you don't know what you eat, that's a big problem. So 1.5 hours for me, 2 maximum is enough. 2 hours of focusing, and I'll be on my own zone when I'm training. I don't want to see what is inside me, because inside me, I'm focusing, especially I see myself normally. I'm on the stage competing. That's my own zone, so I don't see anything else.
And traditionally says you need to work 2 muscle groups a day. Do you guys work on the same kind of principle, like chest and biceps and triceps and shoulders and legs day? You know, is that generally how things work?
It doesn't really work, yeah, because most of the time when you do your front chest, then you have to go with your bicep. You can, normally people, they mix it up, you do legs, you do shoulders, so your body is never going to balance because you don't give enough time to recover, to regroup, to touch another body. So it's very important just to do at least 2 muscle part on your body a day, not like more than that, you know.
Yeah, each day you probably will work on a primary muscle, like I said, chest, and we will probably do a tricep, do legs, the quads, we'll do with the calves with it as well. So we try and work in a primary and secondary muscle group, yeah.
And you guys are a lot different to the guys in the gym that only work the upper body and wear pants because they want stick legs and they want to have a nice body. You guys are forced to work the whole body because you get judged on your whole body.
Yes.
Isn't that more difficult though?
It's no, we compete in different categories.
Okay.
So the guys who really do upper body and then you do their legs, that is more physique guys.
Okay.
Because you just wear the shorts, so no one gonna judge your legs. But for me, you have a little bit in a hot pan, so they judge from your glute and everything. So definitely you have to work for the full body workout. So there's no cheating about that. Otherwise, you're never gonna be a bodybuilder. That's why they call it bodybuilding. So you have to build from your calf until all the way for your neck.
So give me a typical diet of yours, David, for a day, because now we're talking natural stuff.
Yeah, for
Natural
myself,
what's the secret?
the secret for me, I'm a really disciplined person. You know, my slogan is just say we are what we eat. For my, especially when I prepare for the world, I can eat like everyday fish and my sweet potato for the whole month.
For the whole day?
For the whole month.
Whole month, okay.
So it mixed up with some chicken breast, but normally for me, fish work for me 100%. So each and everyone have different. You cannot recommend what my teammates are gonna eat.
Yeah.
The body may not respond.
Yes.
For sure.
So normally have to know your body first of all. For my experience, almost 14 years, so I know what is work for me, but I cannot recommend someone to
Use the
use
same diet,
it the
yeah.
same thing. Otherwise, you may not work for
For
the
sure.
same. Yeah.
But it's eating lean,
Definitely have to be low
steam
carbs.
most of the time.
They have to be low carb.
Sure.
What is the most difficult part when you're bodybuilding? Because it's really hard. When you have your wife, is gonna get tired to smell the fish in the house. You're gonna start smelling a broccoli.
Yeah.
So that is the most difficult part, to be disciplined to stick on the diet, because you cut off your salt, you cut off your sugar, it takes a lot of discipline really to be on the world stage, because you spend a lot of money to go, so you don't want to just go there for fun.
For sure.
So
For sure.
this really takes a lot.
Llewellyn,
of
in your case, are you kind of in the same kind of space? Low carb, very boring food, but what normal people would call boring,
Yes,
you know?
yeah, especially my work colleagues, they see my food I eat, oh, unbelievable, I can't believe you eat such food.
Yeah.
Doesn't look really good. But a few weeks out the competition, I would carb load, but clean carbs. I would steam and boil my food, protein, my chicken as well. Close to the competition, maybe a week out, then I'll go on a zero carb and keep my water high as well.
Yeah.
So it's quite tough, yes. You need to be disciplined on your diet, train as well. Put a lot of my train as well, twice a day, but not long, maybe an hour and a half in training. Mornings cardio, evenings weight training.
Yeah.
Be consistent as well. Unfortunately, got to train 6 to 7 days out when this competition is quite close by. So we did do our best to compete at the international arena. So yeah, so I'm glad it paid off eventually.
All the hard work always pays off. Well done, guys.
Thank you.
One day when I'm also gonna have biceps like you. I must come train with you and get biceps.
No, you
No
can
problem.
meet me in Runabush Zone Fitness. You can ask JP.
Okay, I'll come visit you.
There we go.
Gentlemen, well done once again.
Alright.
For flying the flag high of South Africa and staying natural.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elton.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Let's take an ad break. We'll see you now.